Oh, never mind. It's Connie Pounds anyway, so enjoy.
How's your Peter?
Peter? Who is this Peter? Hello, you're right.
Antrax, sir.
Antrax Bazaar is where I'm good. Are you alright, everybody? Yes. Are you feeling kind and generous and warm? Shut up, you two.
Of course.
Okay, right.
Sorry, Claude.
Absolutely. You don't want to evoke my wrath.
No.
Actually, you won't be the first, you won't be the last. Okay, I'm just going to sort of fiddle around with the mic. Is there a mic in here? Oh, there's a bit of a drag joke to start you, to get you all going, because I know there's a bit of drag. And I can assure you, this is a bit of drag. Right, actually, when I was born in Scotland Road, the Scotland Road area of Liverpool, I know I sound a bit posh now. Don't adjust. Well, would you Adam and Eve? Yes, I was born in Scotland Road area of Liverpool. And I know I look confident and vibrant and not unlike a Valkyrie at this moment in time. But it wasn't always this way. I was born a little, tiny, effeminate. Maybe I was taller than some of the straights, but when you're an effeminate child, you can always think of yourself as tiny and insignificant and not worth very much. And I was brought up in Scotland Road. Do come in! That's my way of saying hello. Take a seat! For some people, hello is enough. Not for me. Are you all right? Right, good. But seriously, folks, you're brought up, and you're from the very moment. I don't know what age it happens. I don't know the time because I only remember ever being told you're like a girl. You're like a girl, and I can't tell you the moment. I don't know whether it was 9 months, or 12 months, or 14 months, or even 4. 4. I don't know. But I do know one thing, that it was always there. And because that happens, you can see yourself as weak all the time, but to survive that, you have to be very, very strong. And now, and I used to deny my effeminacy all the time. I used to think, oh, I'm not an effeminate, I'm like a lad. I mean, come on. You know, I'm like a lad. Well, I don't know. So, this is to effeminates everywhere, and to the power that you all hold, because you are extremely powerful. This is called the effeminate. Never underestimate the effeminate child. He is wise and wild beyond his years. His tears embroider a tapestry of survival. They mark the arrival of his ever-evolving, ever-loving identity. The effeminate is a fire breather with little boys drag on, a water carrier carrying the pitcher, a flagon containing gallons of experience and reserve, a reservoir of pain, and the joie de vivre. If the effeminate is as bold as brass, then he sure as hell will make it shine. The effeminate embraces and tastes the grapes of wrath, the sweetest wine, is always 2 steps ahead whilst seeming to lag behind, and can suddenly scissor kick into quick step the intricacies of his incisor mind and leave you blinded and reminded, never underestimate the effeminate. If he were a fish, he'd be a deep-sea anomaly, a paradoxical mix of viscousness and solidity, a shape-shifting mass of undulating validity. So with friends like this, who needs anemones? The effeminate exists on many levels. He's more than at home with the angels and devils of his ever-complex ideology. He is genius and idiot spasmodically. The effeminate walks alone. The effeminate in isolation is a pot-boiler of creation, but seemingly an irritation to his friends and family. He's a bastard child wandering lonely through a sea of parents, a misfit orbiting the outer sphere. That is the safest place to wander. It's where you can't hear your father or mother call you queer. You're just not quite right. Never your father's son nor mother's pride. I imagine that's why some effeminates find themselves contemplating or even committing suicide. These are dark places without glitter. where the bitter and unjust meet and just for supremacy. It's a necromancy of thought which plagues and ages. It is the dog-eared pages of a book you never wanted to read, a desire you never wanted to need, the weed you never wanted to see. But the effeminate is more than a gardening analogy, more than a whimsical parody of sitcom inaccuracy and vulgar interpretation. He stands outrageously somewhere between form and inspiration. He can be acetylene in his intensity, ridiculous in his propensity as he reclaims his wildest imaginings. The effeminate can structure the most intricate ballet out of his silliest dillies and dallyings, a marrying of wit and movement. Something he would consider an improvement on the real men surrounding. Real men who denied him his courage. Real men who had the audacity to claim he was not like them, that he was flimsy dross, candy floss, Diana Ross, next to their hard-nosed granite and stone. But the effeminate knows that some real men also find it hard to stand alone, overbearingly hard, especially in public toilets. It's where real men have been known to understand, even offer a helping hand, where the hideous complexities of the once bullying playgrounds are left behind or quite simply overlooked. Can you imagine the power this effeminate found when he realized some men just love to be fucked in these temples of convenience, piss-smelly cathedrals of hush-toned obedience and damp marble spiral stairs, where kneel and find the answers to their wet-kneed, piss-smelly prayers. The effeminate is a multi-sided coin, dodecahedron in currency, loaded and enriched by the many-faceted importunities of man's hypocrisy. He can be sussed, stitched up in seconds without fists. He's no need to slaughter. His weapon's the greatest there is, laughter. It occasionally kept him safe from the violence at school. But be careful, nuncle. It is dangerous to assume the effeminate a fool. The effeminate is not degenerate, although it has been debated. To him, all reality is precious, especially if his just happens to have been negated. Yet this showman so often appears elated, hilarious, while at the same time tiptoeing precarious through the fragmented crystalline world of the introspective. He is detective, unraveling, cat's cradling, disabling the lies and alibis of the subhuman condition. His position is crystal unclear. It's what gives him his unerring vision and makes his inaccuracies hit bullseye. And that's why, when he shines, he illuminates the room and makes your heart beat with more than just a touch of that sophisticated boom boom. Boom, 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 bang. The aging effeminate lets his experience hang on what he hopes is his ever-youthful face. But avoiding the years is a race deep inside he knows even he cannot win. So please forgive him for trying to run that extra mile. But after all he's been through, surely the effeminates allow just a little denial. And though he may be devastated by the onslaught of wrinkles, no amount of aging could disguise from his eyes a multitude of twinkles, a glittering, star-bursting mosaic. So be prepared for the effeminate to portray and say it like it is. He knows his crazy business, his odd agenda. It's almost a sacred knowledge. It allows the true effeminate to transcend gender. So remember, remember, remember. Never underestimate the effeminate child, for his eyes are wise and wild.
Yes.